same thing, but like because I have a different pronoun, like I get to feel special. And if you use it the wrong way around, I'm gonna fucking sue you.
Your voice sounds more masculine than usual.
Ah,
It's
I think it's because I was sitting with Greenberg for a while. Like my brain started melting.
making my buddy boy parts getting big.
Now, I got some like in the back of my throat. It's not quite phlegm. It's some form of nasty.
Oh, I feel you. That's the worst. It's making me have a deeper
Yeah.
voice. My alpha, the alpha part of my brain is compensating.
Oh no, it's increasing. What are you doing?
Oh, they
The
call me
savage
Jack
beast
Nicholson.
inside of you has awoken the savage beast inside of me.
They call me Jack Nicholson.
They
That's
call me Toby
oh
Maguire.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We need to write the tulpening. I've been harping on this tulpa thing for so fucking long.
Toby Maguire versus Elijah Wood.
Mm-hmm. With an epic psyche showdown. Fucking copyright
They're
though.
just they're just like weird little spirit warriors trapped in Tumblrina's minds, and they come out to fight each other like JoJo Bizarre Adventure stands.
I was thinking Toby Maguire, right? He's like, maybe he works at a gas station or something. Something really fucking stupid. Something that like gives his life no purpose. When all of a sudden, one day, he keeps hearing Elijah Wood. Ooh,
No, Toby Maguire is
spooky.
a tulpa though.
But okay, but
How is a tulpa?
I
Oh my
thought
god,
Elijah
you're a
Wood was gonna be the
genius.
Tulpa.
Tulp. No, they're both tulpas fighting each other. That was the original concept.
What? I thought that one of them was going to be the evil Tulpa, and one of them was going to be the dude, and the Tulpa was going to try and kill the dude, give him like sick thoughts.
That happens, but they're both tulpas.
They
Just
realize
incredibly
they're
fucked
both
up,
Tulpas.
bulgy-eyed tulpas.
They're both.
The whole movie is like fucking Elijah Wood dealing with his creepy Tobey Maguire tulpa, and in the end he finds out he's the tulpa inside someone else's mind. And he's like, fuck,
Dude,
dude.
we'll call it Tulpception.
And he's actually trapped inside your head, and you just like lower a bong, like, eh.
Give my head mates. I do think they would be good in a movie together, though. I really do. If you could make a
I haven't
movie,
seen
Chris,
Tobey Maguire or Elijah Wood in movies in a long time, to be honest.
who would you? If you could make a movie, what kind of movie would you make, and who would you cast?
Oh,
That's tough. That's a
oh
tricky one,
God.
isn't it?
Eh,
Disregarding the tulpening because that's just pure fucking
yeah.
genius. Like that's
No, it's like I got a vague images in my head, but I've forgotten the actor's name. I can still have Tobey Maguire, right?
oh, you can still have Toby Maguire and Elijah Wood. They just can't be tulpas.
Good, because Tobey Maguire is gonna play like an offensive, like autistic kid stereotype with a helmet, and the helmet's got like a little swirly helicopter bit on top, and he like walks around with a lollipop and funny little shorts with funny little suspenders on his stripy t-shirt.
So you want to remake What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Toby Maguire and Elijah Wood?
I haven't seen that, but probably.
Basically, What's Eating
Um,
Gilbert Grape is Johnny Depp takes care of his younger autistic brother named Arnie, who's Leonardo DiCaprio.
he doesn't sound like Guilford Grape or Gulford Grupp or whatever you said.
Gaffy Goop? Yeah.
Golf Gluck
Galgamesh the Destroyer?
Um, I also want a horse with toothpaste on the top of its mouth and under its tongue, so it like moves its mouth. That that might be implemented pretty well. And the horse also has one of those funny little hats with the helicopter bits on it.
What kind of
Um,
toothpaste? Are we talking Colgate or Crest or what?
why did I say toothpaste? I think I'm fucking going nuts.
Peanut
I
butter.
meant to
Yeah, I
say
was thinking.
peanut butter.
I was gonna say, like, isn't peanut butter more effective for
Like,
that? I think
yeah, as soon as
toothpaste
you
would
said
just
what
kill it.
kind, wait, you're like, what kind of toothpaste? I'm like, what the fuck you talking about, moron? I'm like, wait a second. I said toothpaste.
Oh shit.
Fuck, I was gonna ask, do you do that? But like everybody does it. But like, don't you fucking hate it when you're like sitting there like all confused, like, what the fuck are you talking about, guy?
Yeah,
And
it's
you're like, oh wait, I am the one who is fucking up.
yeah. I hate it because like a lot of people will catch it and they'll know what you mean, but I feel like no one ever just corrects it in their head. They have to fucking call it out like a dick. The guy just did. Um, you know, it just makes me feel weird.
I don't even feel like you corrected. You're like indulging my retardation
Oh,
there.
I
Like,
kind of
yes, Chris,
was
what
because
kind of toothpaste? And I'm like, yes, what kind of tooth? Wait a second, I don't
wait a
put
minute.
toothpaste on my toast. Or do I? Has my whole life up to this point been a lie?
Dude, you don't have to brush your teeth after
Um,
breakfast if you do that.
um,
I don't think anyone
you
brushes
know,
after
I would also
breakfast.
like Jake Gyllenhaal from the way he was in like it was him in Bubble Boy, wasn't it?
I don't know who Jake Gigolo Hall is. Jiggle Hall.
He's he's from Brokeback Mountain, Donnie Darko, stuff like that.
Oh, he's the dude that sucked off Heath Ledger.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, in Bubble Boy, it's like legit like a really cheesy comedy movie where like
Yeah, I've seen Bubble Boy. I
he's
think he's in the
oh
bubble.
yeah, the boy, the bubble boy,
In his,
so to
he,
speak, the boy who
yeah,
lives in the bubble.
and like he's supposed to have a disease, but like he doesn't really have a disease.
Yeah, they're like you have like no immunity, so if you leave this bubble, you'll die. And he's like, well, okay. He just makes his own fucking bubble suit and like travels across America to like Niagara Falls or some shit. He's like, I love you. And I'm like, yes, perfect romance.
How would they even
I
fuck
think like
though? Like, if she just fucking, it'd be like Skype
it
sex.
probably like they probably spray her down like disinfect and like fucking rub his cock with like hand sanitizer and hope for the best.
Gross. That'd burn.
Or they would like save up and like fucking oh it did burn. Did I tell you about the story about that guy Josh I knew who
Uh-uh.
basically I think he'd like just turned like 16
Mm-hmm.
and he had his girlfriend and they'd started having they'd basically it's quite a common thing for people to have underage sex over here, you know. But they'd have
Oh,
been having
same
sex
here.
for a while and he'd convinced her to try anal, but like none of them like could get hold of any lube because they couldn't purchase it themselves, and none of them were certainly not going to ask their parents, you know. So basically, they got some like hand sanitizer and he like rubbed it all over his dick.
Jesus
It was some like
Christ.
super like it was some super like minty one or some shit.
Dude, he really wanted it. Gotta tell you, if that was
You thought it was
me,
like
I
this
would have
stuff.
just been like, I can wait.
This stuff's like gloopy and slimy. This will probably work, but no, it like fucking like kind of had that weird like you know when you rub it in your hands and it just like basically like dries in a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like it makes like if you like wave your hand in the air, like the cold air is like
Yeah, and
it
it
makes you like
dries that
that.
shit right out.
It was like fucking like stinging, like oh.
So he probably worked it in there decently okay, minus the sting and burn of the actual sanitizer.
No,
But
apparently it was so bad that they just gave up straight away. Like he didn't even try and put it in. He rubbed it on his dick and he's like, okay, that's it.
What a pussy. If you're gonna do it, at least commit to it. At least work it in there, you know?
I know, once you've already put your dick in a sandpaper condom, you might as well commit.
Sandpaper's a little different.
Well, because every thrust takes a layer of your skin off.
Yeah.
You like fucking take it off after like a good hard shag and you just fucking see like a piece of jerky. Bloody ass jerky.
Oh, dude, it's like a fucking bloody ass Slim Jim. Just fucking.
How do we get Slim Jims over here? I was like really curious.
You don't?
I think, yeah, I think some dude told me like it's so bad in process. It's like eating like fucking wet cardboard or something.
It is pretty bad. And it is pretty gross, and it's greasy. It's wet from grease. But I like them. And I hate myself for liking them.
To be honest, I ain't never tasted them, and I'd probably like them too.
It's just a greasy piece of meat, man. But it's I don't know. It's not worth it though, because you get heartburn really quick. Like if you burp, it just shoots up your fucking throat, man. Bad.
Okay, I think I might change my mind since food fucks my shit up really good.
Same. But I think if I was to make a movie, right? It would let's see, you can't be about tulpas, so two meth heads.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you know that fuck, what is his goddamn name? It's like DJ Coyle or something. He's that scrawny.
DJ Khalid?
No,
Oh,
not
I
Khaled.
thought you were talking about the big.
No, his name's DJ Quayle. Like not like a rapper or like a musician, just like DJ. You remember the 90s when they used to do shit like that?
Oh.
He's a really good actor though. He's that scrawny fuck with the big nose from like Hustle and Flow.
There's lots of those.
He was on Breaking Bad. He was the dude that Badger sold
Never
to.
watched it.
Fuck. I have a picture of him that I post as a reaction picture for like no reason. I'll send him over to you. If I'd take him and Johnny Depp, and they'd be like, I don't know, just drug-addled meth heads. And it'd be really funny, I think. Probably not. Movies about meth heads are never fun.
Johnny Depp's past his sell-by date now too.
Nah.
No, that's not fair. What I mean to say, he's not. It's not like he's a bad actor per se. It's like his charm's worn off by now. Because back then, everyone. I mean, like, there's still lots of like. He's still got lots of fangirls and shit and fanboys and that. But like back in the day, like absolutely everybody like. It's like, oh, Johnny Depp's in this movie. Everybody would be fucking like, ah, Johnny Depp! I love Johnny Depp!
He's
Johnny
not,
Depp,
as, he's not as marketable as
And
he
now-
was back in his prime, but he's
Oh!
still my favorite actor. I think his
Dude
weird
from
ass little
fucking,
quirks.
Dude from Road Trip.
Yeah, that
You
guy.
know,
Him and Johnny
it's funny.
Depp.
It's funny enough. I had a vague image of that guy in my head. Just some, probably from earlier in the movie when he's like not. There's basically a side profile of when he looks like a bird or something. 'Cause he has like a long neck that goes into his head, and I'm like, man, that guy looks like a bird. You ever get that? It's like a weird parrot man. He's a puffin or some shit.
I've seen people like that. I don't think he looks too. Well, I guess like maybe like a hawk or something. He could play a Tobias for Animorphs, I feel. You know, if they were doing a grown-up Animorphs, I feel like that guy would be a good cast for Bird Boy.
What are the weird blue fucked up alien things again?
Which ones, Yurks or Andalites?
The centaur ones.
Andalites. Um, yeah, they're Andalites. They're blue horsies, big old tails.
Some weird shit.
Yeah. They the length of your tail is to them what like the length of your dick is to us.
Interesting.
I don't know if
So,
that's
like,
true. I
we'd
just
be like the
assume it.
worst things ever to them. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're saying there's like, thought you were just like using hyperbole to like talk about they had some weird cultural thing where like long tails were like of high social status or some shit.
Well, they do have one
Like
cultural thing.
Dothrakis with their braids and stuff.
There is one cultural thing about the tail. Like, if your tail gets cut off or something, you're known as what's called a vekel. And people hate vekels. Other Andalites despise vekels. Like, there's an entire book where Axe is just fucking making fun of this one dude and disrespecting him because he's missing his tail. And he's like, "You're a fucking
Dude,
cripple, dude. Get
fucking
away from me."
Vekel sounds like a silly name you'd give to like tweakers or something.
I'm Vekel, and this is my
If
brother,
you're a
Mr.
kid.
Hyde.
Like, look at that. Ah, Binky, look at those Vekels over there. They're so scary.
Oh, I was thinking like a nickname, like Diesel or something.
I don't know, it just sounds like some silly ass, like, cutesy name for white trash.
Yeah, it could be.
Trash.
Like how you guys call people chavs, or fuck, what was the other one?
Neds.
Neds. That's it. Yeah,
Don't forget in Ireland where they call them knackers.
knackers. Fucking knackers. I had a
Yeah,
whole
it
field
sounds
of
more like you're
knackers
trying
one
to do some
time.
weird English accent. Had a whole field of knackers.
Whole field of knackers working for me. Oh, them's were the days where you have a whole bunch of
Yeah,
knackers.
man, you've already implanted it in my head that they just sprout up out of the ground.
What? Oh, oh, you mean like
Field of
agricultural?
knackers.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I got a whole field of knackers. I'm just like imagine like people with like horrible like stereotypical like fucking chavvy European clothing just sprouting out of the ground with their funny caps and their ciggies.
Like, I don't know if you've seen Squidbillies, but there's a scene like the sheriff
Yeah, I
always
have.
dies. Yeah, Dan Halen has a field of sheriffs like growing out of the ground, like fucking corn.
I don't remember much apart from like the one with like the trucker hat like had a weird relationship with the fucking obese lady with like the big gulp or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, her. Yeah, what's her name?
Yeah, it used to like it kind of traumatized me
Oh
when I
yeah,
was a
she's
kid. I was
nasty.
like, does he stick his squid pee pee in that? I hope he doesn't.
What fucking traumatized me about that is that episode where it's called like white people problems or chalky people problems. I don't know, but Rusty finds out she's his mom, and Early, the trucker hat one, is like rubbing her thighs, and he's like, "There's creamy thighs." It's so fucking gross because their fat like moves with his tentacle. It's just a very disturbing image.
That makes me sad.
Oh yeah. Oh, hold up, I gotta piss real quick. Beak.
Please don't. See, I did ask permission before you left, but you'd already gone, so I took the liberty of tiptoeing around the place. Hope you don't mind.
In your Jordans,
I don't know.
dude. You
I
were.
just I was compelled to tiptoe while you take a piss.
I was gonna say you were tiptoeing. I was taking a fucking piss. Oh man. Oh, this Coke is empty. It's useless to me now. Be gone, Coke.
Just fucking launch it.
I slapped it. Gave it the old backhand.
I think that was a bit unfair. I feel like you're a bit harsh there, man.
Yeah,
I
I
think
should
that coke
be
ever meant to do
respectful
any
to
you any harm.
our Coke-kin. Diet Coke-kin.
I'd be surprised if like the police kick in your door for like domestic beverage abuse.
Domestic beverage abuse. I've heard it all now.
Yeah,
I can finally
they
die.
come in and you're like, how did you get that dent? I walked into the door, I swear. Shut up, bitch, you slap her. You're like, what are you doing?
It tripped and fell off my counter. I swear, you know. I didn't backhand it. Fucking. That's ignorant. That's ignorant.
No, no, you're ignorant.
That's ignorant. Fucking. So I got. What day is it today? It's Wednesday, isn't it? Yep. 2 more days. 2 more days.
Bee, 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 bee.
So I'm gonna. I can't wait for this Halloween.
Halloween's gonna be pretty dank.
It is. You get to fucking celebrate it.
All the pum pum.
Mm-hmm. You guys can dress up in like weird ass costumes. That'll be cool.
No.
You should dress up in a Wilfred costume, and she could be like a cat. It'd be some weird shit, man.
I dress up, my man.
Wear a kilt.
I dressed. Now.
Hey,
What
now.
are you getting at?
I don't know. I was just making a joke. I didn't mean nothing by
I
it.
don't think I can. I don't think I can take this abuse much longer.
It's cool. I'm gonna appropriate your culture and walk around in a kilt.
Was it you or Bruno that like went to like some fucking like festival thing and you're like, look, it's your people, and like sent me like pictures of some man walking around in a kilt like I'd give a shit.
I think that could have been either of us because I did do that on Snapchat. I saw it wasn't at a festival. It was at a restaurant called the Sunset Grill, which is a little shitty burger joint in Gig Harbor, actually. I was gonna say Olympia, but Gig Harbor. And there was that dude, fucking old dude, wearing a kilt and a beret and a leather jacket, and it just made no
I think you
fucking
both
sense.
did it. Yeah, I remember the one where you sent me one with a leather jacket, and there was one where Bruno went to some weird Highland Games recreation sort of thing.
Oh. Yeah, I don't understand what his fucking thought process was.
He's like, well, I like kilts, so I'm gonna wear my kilt because I'm Scottish. But I also like my leather jacket. It's a pretty nice jacket. It's pretty expensive, that. I'll wear my jacket.
What about
That's
the
probably
beret?
what it was.
What about the beret he was
I
wearing?
like berets. Probably a, well, there's I don't know any I don't know if I'm like tripping here, but I'm pretty sure there's a uniform that involves a beret and a kilt.
And a leather jacket.
Well, the leather jacket,
It just
obviously, but
seems it
I
seems
mean
so mixed
maybe
match.
nowadays, maybe the modern military sends the British people out in kilts, berets, and leather jackets
It's such a
with
mixed
a
match.
Stanley knife.
It's like me wearing a kilt and a Carhartt and a snapback. Like it just makes no fucking sense. Why wear those together? I'm sure he
Fun.
had his reasons. Ooh,
Maybe he was a nice dude. Maybe he just liked dressing up and shit.
one time, I've told you about Erica, right?
The girl who stole your heart and then your wallet.
she did that to my brother. She's the craziest fucking tweaker I've ever seen. You know, um, Erica and my brother dated for 2 years. I told you about Plan 17. Have I?
Was that when you and your brother went to launch invasion of the UK and take over?
No, that's when I found Erica's sister, who used to have a lady boner for me, and I was going to uh, get her on
You're
the.
gonna give her a pump?
I was gonna give her a pump and a bit of the speedy pills.
You were gonna eat her ass too, weren't you?
Oh, I would. She's fucking cutie. But I'll tell you both of these stories. The first one, Erica. Okay, crazy tweaker lived at my house for 2 years when I was like a little kid. Me and her sister got really close. Um, One time, I was over at their house because we used to go over there quite a bit just to chat with her parents and whatnot, hang out with her sister, and just fucking pal around like people do. And I guess my brother and Erica were just tweaking their fucking nuts off. But Erica dressed my brother up like a girl and went to dinner with him. Like he looked like a tranny. And they went out to eat. And I'm pretty sure it was on
Or like
Halloween.
the story.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was weird. Like,
you're gonna talk about like they got home and then she like pounded his butthole.
no, no, nothing gay happened except for. I'm pretty sure some dude, like, my brother didn't notice that his ass was hanging out the entire time at dinner, so some dude gave him his number at the end of the night when they're, walking back to their car.
You know, as you do.
You know, you
Really
know,
standard procedure.
if you
Hmm.
see a pretty sexy looking tranny, you might just fucking throw them your number. It's not like he's with the fucking pretty cracked out blonde next to him. But yeah, so that was pretty weird. That was a weird Halloween. Oh, okay. And her sister, I told you about getting kicked out of high school, right? And how I went to Lincoln's alternative high school.
Where you then led a revolution and killed the headmaster.
Yes, yes, yes. Um, Basically, I would get really fucked up in the morning before we went to breakfast because it's an alternative school. A lot of kids don't eat breakfast. So, one of the things that they do at the school is pull you out of class and feed you, like two classes at a
That's
time.
fucking weird.
Yeah, yeah, like every day. And it's every class has a set time for that day. And they pull two classes to go to the cafeteria. They eat and they go back to class. And for a couple days, I was checking out this girl and I was like, guys, that girl is really, really fucking hot. I don't know why, but I want to talk to her. And
Then she
she,
turned around and it was your brother in a dress living a second life.
no, no, no,
That's why you guys don't talk so much anymore. You just
no.
you
This,
just banished him.
nope, nope. That wasn't. Nope, that never happened. Uh,
You're sure?
yeah,
It
because
might have happened.
no, something far funnier happened. Actually, no, not funnier. Better? I don't know. Anyways,
Better than your brother.
yeah,
Unfucking
because
believable.
I would pound this girl. I wouldn't pound my brother. That's weird.
Yeah, your brother would pound you.
Sad to say, yeah, yeah. He's a lot stronger than I am. I'm a pretty fragile little boy, Chris. I ain't got that much muscle mass. I got like one fucking dinky ass muscle left in my body. Two if you include
It's
both
funny because it's
arms.
like you're like It's like you're like open, like, I don't wanna, I wouldn't want to have sex with my brother. That's fucked up. But like, if he wanted it, he's getting it. Like, all you have to do is like flex at me and like clench his fist, and I'll start sucking.
No. I mean, he would have to whip my ass pretty good, but he could if he wanted to. He's a big guy. When he's sober, he's pretty into fitness, whereas I'm not. Even when I'm fucked up or sober or what, I just fuck working out, man. Fuck that shit. Shit sucks. I hate it. It's no fun.
Yeah, I ain't like that shit. Like you got, it's nice for you though. You got like a variety, like you got like a mini sort of gym setup. Wait, I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. So you can like just alternate with certain things. I only got like a rowing machine and a cycling machine, a giant like ribbed hula hoop thing that's supposed to like tone your abs or some shit, but it like hurts like dick after like a few rotations. Like it starts jabbing you in the ribs.
Mm.
And then there's like we've got some weird machine. It's like some big ass machine. You just stand on it, and it like vibrates and sends like shockwaves up through your legs to your hips and stuff. And when you get off, like they get all itchy and weird and sore.
Dude, I would use that thing to jerk off. I would stand on it and beat
It
off.
it doesn't have that kind of appeal. Trust me.
I would just
I
close
uh,
my
I
eyes and
sat.
clench my
It's got
fist.
like it's got studs on the bottom, but like one time I sat on it and like I switched it on while I was jerking off, so like the vibrations wouldn't have so far to go to get to my pee pee, you know. But
Yeah.
all it did was like have like a weird stud vibrate on my butthole, and it wasn't even like it wasn't even nice like stimulation. It because it's got like some sort of like centrifuge. It's got like two big ass weights. Well, I think it's two sets of two weights fucking spinning around like really really fast to cause the vibrations, but like it's like so violent. It's like like it kind of hurts. So I was just sitting there getting my asshole pounded in by this big ass machine.
God damn.
Basically, it's really loud too.
Well, fuck.
So I was just sitting like I was just like I'll sit down in this thing and I'll jerk off since no one else is home. It's like, and like my butthole like was like really tender and sore. Like I felt like it had been like fucking burst through. Like I was gonna start leaking poo or something.
Oh,
'Cause
that would fucking
I was
suck.
like I can't feel the muscles of my asshole.
That must be
There's
very
some strong
painful.
shock waves.
You think anyone ever like uses one of those stand-up dildos? They put one of those on there.
Uh, there's not really any room to do that 'cause it's like it's got like it's basically like imagine like a rounded box with the vibrate parts in it, and then there's like a sort of pole that goes up with a handle with a control panel where you can set the speeds and the patterns because you can have it constantly going or you can have it go like in different like speeds and intensities and shit, I guess.
Different.
But no, to get back to like the normal point before I accidentally raped myself on a vibration machine, um, basically I'm gonna like it's like nice that you have variety because I have to start working out again because I don't do anything. My body's like going to shit in like a bad way. Like I just like walking down the stairs and going to the back door to let my dogs out for the toilet at like a brisk pace. It's like my heart rate going like like a machine gun. Like weird. I start getting like weird stabs and pains more often now, not like occasional.
Damn.
Like it's like a second day thing. Um, like just like hopping on the exercise bike this morning. Like I went for like 4 minutes before like I got this like weird airy feeling in my chest and I was getting lightheaded and sore. Like and then so I was like, oh fuck this, I'll just go. I'll do it in slow increments. To like work my way up because when I was in hospital,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't stay on the machines too long. They're like, you do a little bit like day by day, like increase like how much you can do, and it will like work you up, you
Yeah.
know. So it's like with the weights or something like that. It'd be like, okay, so I guess for like 5 days or something like that, do do like 20 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually like way more pussy bitch than that. They'd be like, okay, do like 8 or something, and I'd be like, no, that's embarrassing. Like, but you could hurt yourself because there's like weird policies and stuff to like really like they didn't let you do shit. Like they were so fucked up with like policy. Like, if people self-harmed there, they sent you home. Like even though like you're supposed to be there to get helped from stuff like that,
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
really
no,
fucked.
yeah. So there's this woman, this that Irish lady I think I mentioned in a story before. She kept getting sent home. Like well, I can say kept getting sent home. She got sent home once, and then she like came back in like 2 weeks later. Like, no, I had a crazy breakdown. I promise I won't do it again.
Was that the cup lady who fucking broke the cup and was going at it?
Yes, that is the cup lady.
Oh, what a crazy fuck.
Yeah. The worst part is like it was like she was like an edgy teenager or something who didn't want to give up her youth because she just all she talked about was like going to gigs and stuff like that and like fucking going crazy for like these bands for like her runny makeup and shit like that. Because she's talking about how like she was like up front like yes yes he'll see me I'm so beautiful, but she like didn't take into consideration that like at these sort of shows up front they'd like bring out like water soakers or sprinklers and shit and spray the crowd for shits and gigs. So she basically ended up looking like a fucking drowned poodle with runny makeup. And she's like, no, my life is over. But like she just used to talk about all these stories about when she was younger and shit like that.
Hey man,
And
your drowned poodle is my fucking Scarlett Johansson.
fuck, dude. But no, like it was really weird for her to be so dramatic and shit like that. For her to, like go out into the room like I'll be back, and then she came back with like a tea towel and a coffee cup, and she's like, like what are you doing with that? And she like wrapped it up in the tea towel and then stomped on it with her Doc Marten boots. And I was like, oh, and she like took it out like a shard out and started like fucking like going on her arm. And I was like, Jesus Christ, lady. So I was fucking like grabbing her, trying to like take them off her and shit like that. And the bitch is like completely disregarding like me holding on to them, was like cutting up my hands and stuff. And she was getting her blood on me and shit. And I was like, I never thought about like there's times like after that where I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like really skinny and I have really sunken eyes. I'm like really unhealthy and gross. And I start to consider like, cause she looks like a fucking ghoul. Like her skin was all sunken in her and her hair looked all dead and shit like that. I was like, maybe she was so depressed because she had like AIDS or something. Maybe that bitch
Ooh.
gave me AIDS.
Yeah man, you should
You
get
know?
tested. Doesn't hurt to get a little
I get like
test done.
really, I know, but I get like really paranoid though. Like I know like if I had it or not, it wouldn't change the fact, but like I get like really paranoid like because like me and my girlfriend like don't use condoms, we use like birth control because like condoms feel shit, and I would just like I'd probably feel like well no I would definitely feel like the worst human being on earth if I gave my girlfriend AIDS.
It would be a shit thing to do.
Yeah.
AIDS is no joke,
Um.
and I get afraid of it too.
I, I've talked to her about it. Like, sometimes I think this, and she doesn't think that's the case, but like if she does, she's like, well, that's like the roll of the dice and shit. That's the cards. I guess that's what we're gonna have to deal with.
I mean,
And I'm like, that's sweet and all, but like if it turns out like I do have AIDS, you're gonna freak the fuck out.
I would say it's good to be tested because you just like
Um,
you can treat it, you know.
if my health is keeps getting worse and worse, I'm probably gonna go to the doctors again. I'll see if I can get blood taken. Cause like I said, when I went to like the doctors like last time, with like stabbing pains like behind my heart and shit like that, he was like, oh, like the dude legit just like thinks like I tore like a muscle in my shoulder or something, and that's what that was. Cause they put a bunch of scanning things on it and like yeah, doesn't look like there's anything on your heart. So it's probably fine. Then again, like when I told them about I was getting like pains in my testicles and stuff like that, they were like I said, like they come and go, and like, oh, do you have are they here now? And I'm like, oh, I haven't had it for a few days. He's like, okay, we don't need to look at those. And I was like, what? I thought these people, because I was doing it all nervous, like I added it on at the very end, like I was told like my mom like told me to like get this checked out, um,
Wait, did you
and like
did you
because I
talk
was
to your mom about the pain in your jollies?
yeah,
Uh,
because basically she wanted me to do a bunch of manual labor and shit like that, and like I was like fucking like walking around like a crab basically, like trying to avoid touching my balls, and she
yeah.
was asking what the hell was up and like why I was avoiding helping her and shit. And I was like, I don't want to do this shit because I've got like achy, crampy feelings in my balls, you know. And
Maybe.
she like went like ah, like like
Yeah.
hysterical, like oh no no, so like I was like all like nervous about this, thinking like these guys want nothing more than to like handle your balls, like they live every day to like fucking grow up your scrotum, like
Yeah.
but no, like no, I was just like oh well I don't have it right now, like it went away like a few days ago, but like thought it was something worth no. He's like no, it's okay, you're fine, bye. And I was like oh well, okay okay.
Well,
But
who
since
knew?
then I've still experienced like random stabbing pains in my chest and cramps in my balls. Um, so I don't know if if there wasn't a proper test done to see if there was a specific thing wrong with me, if uh if I'm just generally unhealthy and there's nothing of note other than I'm just unhealthy, or if they didn't look thoroughly enough for whatever was there, if they just didn't give a shit, or there's some weird government conspiracy where they're like, yeah, this guy's close to like dying. Let's wait until he gets this thing, and then we'll charge his family shit tons for medication to keep him alive. But I'm gonna take my tinfoil hat off for that one because I broke his shit.
Yeah. Well, I hope everything's okay. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, no
I'd
problem,
like
man.
to think your life would be a little more boring if I died.
No, it would. It would definitely be if fucking anyone from the fucking train died. Uh, 'Cause I don't.
Fuck you, dude. This is my moment. I'm special.
Well, there's people in particular that it'd be a real big hit, and you're one of those people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't do anything except for like
I think you
killing
would pause
guys.
and give me like a good 15 minutes of silence,
I would
and then
actually.
you'd go back on with your life.
I would probably take a day to just like walk around and smoke and shit and think about life. It's usually what I do when people die.
I'm sorry. I imagine you. You seen that weird meme picture where that guy's got like that image where it's got lots of hymns on like a beach doing different things. There's like one with him like cupping some sand, like staring at it like in a sad way with it falling like through his fingers, and him on his knees with his arms out like staring up at the sky and shit like that.
I
And
know
like
what you're
just
talking
standing there
about.
looking down at the ground
I've
with
never seen that meme, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know, I'm imagining like that.
It would be
Like you walking
somewhat like
around your
that.
place is like just a collection of like images of you just like standing there looking sad. Like how do people look sad? Yeah, okay, I'm going this pose. You just sit there like your cigarette looking all dramatic or something.
It's like fucking
Or
psychotic to
humor.
think about it though. Fucking sociopathic. How do people be sad? Hmm. Okay, let's try this pose. That make me sad? Do I feel things? No, this pose. Uh, that's
I don't know. It's like when you're a kid or something like that, and like you're like in a car and there's like a cold fucking it's like a cold day and there's like condensation or some shit like that all over your windows and it getting all foggy and it's like been raining and you like put your head against the glass and like stare out into like the horizon like with like a weird sad face.
yeah, been there.
Or
Uh,
my fucking sister Jordan, whenever she'd have her temper tantrums and scream and cry, she used to do this like really weird thing where she'd like stand there or sit there and stare into the mirror and like watch herself cry, and it was like really weird and creepy for everyone in the family. She would just sit there staring into the mirror, like crying really loudly with her mouth open, her cheeks flushed red, like tears streaming out of her face, just like staring at herself.
no,
So just
I don't cry a lot, but if when I do cry, I can't look at myself. Like that is kind of weird.
Oh, she'd fucking like almost every time she'd just fucking stand there and stare at herself, dude. So fucking weird.
I really don't like as fucking vain that I can be because I am pretty vain. Like I don't like staring at myself in the mirror for long periods of
I don't
time.
I, I don't think so because like almost like every time physical appearance comes up, you're like, I fucking hate my nose, man. I hate my eyes, man. I hate this, man. Unless you're
There's
just saying it as lies to like goad us into be like, nah, man, it's good because
no,
that's
no,
what
no,
we
no.
usually do.
Uh, it's not like vanity, as in like full. It's not narcissism. It's vanity. It's I care about how I look to a giant extreme. Like so much so that I hate different parts of my face and my body and yeah, I'm just a fucking head case, man. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty cool with how I look now because looking back on how I used to look, I looked like shit. But now it's improvement, so it makes me feel good. But I don't like. I feel like I'm just gonna go fucking crazy if I stand in the mirror and like look at myself. I feel like a crazy person if I do that. You know?
Yeah. Pretty weird. Um, I in general like almost always like feel like aware of my like that I'm ugly. Apart from like sometimes like I'll just be sitting there and I'll just like fucking it'll like basically like how like gross and how much I hate myself like sinks to the back and I'll be with my girlfriend or something like that and she'll sit there
Yeah.
like you look really hot right now or like yo you look cute right now and shit like that and I'll get like a little bit like it'll be like a weird mixture of feelings like confusion and like kind of like happy it's like yay and then like I'll look at my little image in like the Skype box or like I'll like go to the bathroom or something like that and I'll look in the mirror and I'll immediately like good feelings will just go away. Like, you know,
I know exactly what you're
I was
talking
like
about.
yeah. Because I'm just like you can't be lying to me. Like why would you have any reason to randomly say that? Because like I used to like be like that. Like like I used to feel like I was being mocked or something. Like she was taking the piss out of me and she like would get like offended.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what reason would I do that? Like, you're my boyfriend, I love you, I'm attracted to you and stuff. Why would I be saying stuff like that if it wasn't true? But like at the same time, like I look at myself and I'm like, man, that's fucked up.
I
Because I'm like, I get like the poopy doo doo skin with like the sunken like baggy eye, like bags under my eyes. Like usually like one of my eyes has got like fucking pink eye because of Trixie or something. Some like because my hair is like quite thin and like I fucking like basically uh basically whenever I go to sleep, I always wake up and my hair is like super greasy. Um,
Well, that's
and
everyone,
like
man.
I don't know, some other people like fucking like they get like halfway through the day or something, or like some people like even like I knew like there's like this one guy I knew like he fucking claimed to like fucking like basically like he was like one of those dudes who wasn't ashamed to be scruffy. And like
Mm-hmm.
he's like, oh, I only bath like fucking like every 3 days, dude, and like his hair like barely ever looked greasy, you know? Like me, there's like legit times where like fucking I would like I'd go for a bath late at night and I'd go to sleep and I'd wake up and I'd go to school and my hair would already be a state and people are like, oh, do you even wash, bro? And I'd be like, what?
I
You know,
yeah, my hair does that shit too. That's why sometimes I'll take
fucking
two
kills my
showers.
soul.
Yeah, same
I
here.
wish I had like thick, luscious hair that like didn't go fucking all grody after like a shitty a lot amount of time, you know?
Dude, I
Like, you know,
have
like I
thick
look at
hair and it's
myself and
still
well, from what I've like witnessed so far, people with thicker hair like usually don't have that sort of problem as fast, I guess. Um, I look and I see all that shit and I get like really grossed out, and she's sitting there like giving like the wiggly eyebrows, like damn boy, and like I'm sitting there like, what are you talking about? You're full of shit. Or,
I
or I'm
know
sitting there
that
like,
feeling.
yeah. Or I sit there like, baby. your low standards are fucking disgusting. And she's like, why? She gets like really annoyed at that. Like, it hurts her feelings.
I mean, you don't look bad. I feel like I look fucking horrible, comparatively
I
speaking.
like your
But
face.
I do have a decent face. There's a weird, um, I don't know. It looks kind of like a fucking llama or maybe some sort of creature.
What the?
I don't know. It's a cute face
That's
though.
the yeah, Taylor Lautner looks like an alpaca though, with his weird scrunched up face.
I
Um,
don't know. It's the
but
nose.
no, I don't really see that. Like, I don't know. There's stuff I like. Like, I feel like you're like one of the only dudes I've ever seen that actually suits having sideburns. And when you don't have sideburns, I feel like something's off.
Oh,
Like, I'm like, where you're so
I look so fucking stupid without sideburns or without chin hair. When my chin hair's gone, I look like I'm five.
like, what? When was that period of time where you removed your sideburns? Like, I don't have sideburns anymore, man. And whenever like I saw you on Snapchat, I was like, this looks fucking weird.
That was back in Gig Harbor after I got fired. I think. Wait,
See all
no.
the stress your dad was putting you in, fucking made you go crazy and shave your sideburns.
That's where I get all my power from, is the burns. Um, I don't know. Something about the sideburn chin scruff combo works really, really good on me, and nothing else does. Nothing. No fucking facial hair works
You
except
haven't,
for this.
you haven't, you haven't tried everything.
Mostly because I can't grow everything.
I fucking hate that dude. Like, I don't know if it's just my genetics or if like a lack of like certain hormones or something like that, but like the hair on my cheeks is like really fucking patchy. You
I,
know,
yeah,
like
let's
I get
see.
like gook facial hair. Have you ever seen those like weird like Asian people where like they got like the really patchy hair on their cheeks and like the weird whiskery mustaches?
Yeah, like Dick Nuts from Walking Dead.
Dick nuts from Walking Dead.
Glenn, that's his name.
Ah,
He's got that going on.
you mean Popeye?
You did see it.
Well, not basically it got spoiled for me the other night on a fucking YouTube video.
Hmm.
You know what the YouTube video was about, man?
Hmm.
It was about an old man in a retirement home hearing music from his time period for like the first time in like a bunch of years, and it was just like supposed to be like a light-hearted, happy video of like this old man like sort of regaining some of like what was lost because he basically just like sat there like juddering around like staring at like the desk or the floor like making weird noise like noises and shit like that, not answering shit, you know. And then like they put the headphones on him on the iPod with like old music, and all of a sudden he's like not singing along perfectly. It's not like some like fucking fake inspirational like thingy video like that. I mean, it could be fake, but like it's not like obnoxious. Like he's like singing terribly, but like he's like going like the rhythm of the music and shit like that. And like for a short period after, he's kind of responsive to like the people around him and stuff. Like he's like come back for a bit, you know. It's just like it's not really my thing, but like it's a nice enough video, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, what's that top comment there? Oh, he looks like Glenn when he gets hit with a baseball bat. And
Oh.
I'm just like, okay, thanks, random YouTuber.
That
Because,
guy
like,
is a cuck. Whoever said
yeah,
that is a dick.
dude, some guy on my friends list, this fucking faggot called Nick, like, I was actually getting along with him quite well, whereas I'm just calling him faggot now for no reason. Basically, like, he found, like, any excuse to fucking spoil. Like, he shared some fucking meme picture, about, like, oh, I don't understand these people who can jump from relationship to relationship like that. It's, like, so demanding and crazy, you know? I have to, like, take time out before I can recommit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so he shared that meme, and with it he was like, "Yeah, I'm the same. I've been on both sides of this, and it's quite hard. But I'm just sitting here like, oh, Glenn's dead. His eyeballs are popped out everywhere. Sharing memes and stuff." And I'm like, why the fuck did you feel it was necessary to add that in? You know, like, what the fuck is your problem, dude?
That guy's a fucking cunt. Like
Yeah, but you know, I really was hoping that they weren't gonna do this because the fucking we everyone like knew from the comics because like this has been like fucking already told by people who'd read the comics like fucking like months and months before Negan was even on the scene, like even
mm,
further back probably fucking Mr. fucking Governor was probably around by then, still. So like we all thought that, and like they could have either just straight up been faithful and did it like that, and it would have been fine. But no, they thought they'd be clever. They thought they'd do some weird bait and switch shit. Like, if we pretend to kill him now, they'll think he's untouchable. Uh, like, like I had a feeling they might try some gay shit like that after he was alive. But I was like, no, that'd be fucking stupid because all the people who thought that was real, who had to wait a fucking episode or two to find out that it wasn't, like they don't like their emotional load has already been blown on that. Like that's
yeah,
like to
it's
them he
over.
was dead, so that's that's them. Like that's how it is to them. So when you try and do it again like that, like their emotional load like was blasted ages ago. It's just like a repeat. Like oh, like I guess I already saw him die. You know. Um, like the only thing left in that, because there will be a few people that are sad, undoubtedly, like the fucking silly plebby masses. But like for the most part, like I feel like it was a very silly decision to do that. I feel like all the emotional value was gone from it. The only thing I feel is left is the shock value from seeing his fucking brains and shit splattered everywhere and his eyeballs popping out. I haven't seen it yet, obviously, because I was waiting for Alan, but apparently it's quite graphic.
Yeah, and he tries to say "I love you, Maggie," but it comes out like, and it makes me laugh. Like they ruined the whole fucking moment. The only redeemable part, and he's like, Maggie.
Yeah, apparently Connor like also spotted like he goes in like a little rant from the comics or something like that. What shit? I can't fucking understand you, boy, or something like that. Like you try to speak. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Um,
was fucking dumb. Uh, they effectively eliminated any fucking hope that I could have had for that show or any interest because
yeah.
they.
Um,
Oh wait, you don't know
they're
what else happened. Never mind.
is there's a wait, but like they're not gonna. There's like there could be like a sudden moment where they suddenly kill a character, people are like, but like that. But there's not. They're not. I don't think they're gonna have another opportunity to have some big build up moment like that where everyone was like fucking like waiting to see their choice. Like I thought it was gonna be firstly Michonne, second place Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Abraham would have been quite disappointing, but like he became quite a big character with his time there. He grew a little fan base, but quite disappointing. Michonne, she's actually like funnily enough, she grew on me as like one of my favorite characters, and it would have been a really fucking devastating blow to do that. Um,
Like a blow
Especially
by a
after that
baseball
she just
bat.
yes, her eyeballs would have been you know.
Yeah.
Um, I even like fucked up if that happened, even though I that's what I was expecting to happen. Nope, they thought they'd be clever. They thought they'd do a little bait and switcheroo, fake out, but they were wrong. Like to the point where like even when I got spoiled, like I was angry at the people for spoiling, but I wasn't angry at like being spoiled. If you know what I'm trying to say, like because
You
like
weren't you
when I
weren't
saw
angry
when I saw
about
actually
what
was.
spoiled.
Yeah, I was angry. I was angry that these people like fucking go out of their way to fucking like spoil people. Like spoil culture is fucking unreal these days. Where like people like no matter what it is, if someone dies or there's like some crazy plot twist, people will go out of their way to go to any platform to try and tell people about it before they can even experience it for themselves, you know? Like,
My solution to that: pick one
yeah,
social
you're usually
media.
like a,
Yeah, pick one social media, and then as soon as the show is coming on, don't go on to social media.
yep, that's what we were doing. But I was like, I'll be safe to YouTube. I'll stick to my sub box. I don't follow anyone that covers this sort of material, you know. And then just like one time there's like a recommended video. I was like, I'll watch that. Because like you're not constantly sitting there thinking like, oh, Walking Dead spoilers, Walking Dead spoilers. You're like getting on with shit, like watching shit.
Yeah.
Even in the back of your mind, and just like there on like the fucking page, very first comment I see, just my eye catches it, like, and all I see is like baseball bat, Glenn, and like my mind just connects the dots, and I knew what they were talking about, like, you know.
Oh
So I
shit.
was just mad that someone like went out of their way like fucking do that, and they even did like the fucking stupid like crying, laughing face emojis and the fucking 100% like emojis, like crying face, 100 100, and they did the weird Italian hand thing for real shit with like the two hands like fucking out there with like the fucking thumbs pointing at each other and like the little like light come out of them like wisdom or some shit, you know. And I just like got like really more obnoxious.
Yeah, basically, that guy is a cock, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I
So I was
did
like,
try
I'll stay
and
away from Facebook, stay away from Twitter. I won't look anything Walking Dead related up because it'll fucking pop up in suggestions, you know?
yeah,
Um,
I I fake spoiled it for Greenberg before I had even seen it. I was just editing videos and shit, and went back to the party, and I was like, "Oh, dude, Glenn got it good," and Greenberg was like, "Oh, you're a fucking dick, dude." And I was like, later, guys. Went and watched it, and I was like, oh, Glenn did die. I did fuck up.
uh, I can't remember what it was,
Oops.
but I did that as well. I'm like, oh, are you at the part when Thingy dies? To something I hadn't even, like, a show I didn't even watch yet. I didn't even watch. I just knew a character's name. And they went like fucking ape shit at me. I was like, dude, it's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke. And then they got to the part of the show where the character did die, and they went ape shit at me all over again. And I was like, I didn't know, I didn't even watch the show, man. I don't know what
You
you're
didn't pay
talking about,
attention
man.
to this shit.
I think it was an anime. Ah,
Aw, yeah. Did they
fuck.
throw their ninja stars at you?
No.
Fucking apes.
There was another thing also, like fucking how I thought I'd be safe there. Like this guy did like surprisingly showed like restraint for once in his life. There's this like anime reviewing manga reviewing type dude, where basically like all of his fucking thumbnails and all of his fucking titles are like, oh my god, major character death, with like fucking screenshot or something like that of the person like being stabbed to death or some shit like that, basically spoiling it for you. But he all he does is anime and manga, but fucking he did a fucking video on The Walking Dead out of the blue because he's fucking hungry for views. Like, oh my fucking god, oh my, oh Walking Dead premiere, oh Jesus, oh reaction, oh exclamation mark, oh, you know. And I was like, you're fucking really hungry for those views, dude. But at least you didn't fucking add a fucking sick ass fucking thumbnail showing the fucker getting fucked up, you know.
Dude, you should
Because
check out
because if it was
Digibro.
Did you wrote? I think I scrolled past that or like watched like a video or something before. It's really familiar sounding, but I trust me if The Walking Dead was an anime, like there legit would have been a screen like the fucking thumbnail would have been fucking Glenn's face being bashed in and oh my god, major character death, question mark, exclamation mark. Oh my god, crazy live reaction. Oh my god, Glenn dead? Question mark. And I'm like, you don't say.
Don't even have to watch the video now. I guess Glenn's dead.
Yeah, like legit, like in these sorts of videos, there's legit lots of people like fucking like there's people like, oh, thanks for spoiling, and then like fucking shit tons of fans like, oh, how is he spoiling? Blah, 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 blah. The episode has been out for 20 minutes. You should have seen it by now, dude. Oh, this is your own fault for not watching it, man. And like a lot of the time, it's like fucking like. there's like different sort of circumstances. Like, uh, some dudes like fucking can't be at home to watch shit on TV, or they don't like fucking stream shit online. Some dudes
I
like
have a
fucking sit there
life.
and like yeah, some dudes will sit there on their phone and they'll have a quick look through their sub box or something like that, like for a little video to like watch while waiting for a bus or some shit like that, or like in the McDonald's for on the way home. And like the first thing they see is like, oh, blah blah blah, your favorite character is dead, and they're just like, oh, well, thanks, fuck you, guy. Like fucking like these sort of people and like the fucking scumbags on their fucking channels just fucking like defend them furiously, like, oh, it's your own fault, fuck you. How is it spoiling? How is it spoiling? Oh, this isn't a spoiler. And it's like, dude, there's legit a fucking screenshot of the person having their fucking face caved in, and in the title's like, major character death. Oh my god, jeez, whiz. Ah,
If it
you
fucking
know,
reveals content that was otherwise unknown, it's a
yeah,
fucking spoiler. And that's
yeah.
coming from someone
Like,
who doesn't give a fuck about spoilers. You can spoil anything for me as long as it doesn't have like Johnny Depp in it. I won't care.
speaking of him, because I forgot to say, because of your fake spoiler, you like the fake spoiler pictures I posted to the train?
Yeah, that's from Boondock Saints, isn't it?
No, it's from Pandorum.
Oh.
These weird fucking superhuman cannibal things string him up and then start stabbing the fuck out of him. But I think someone altered the images to make it look more Walking Deady. Like if his hair had been a bit longer, people would have been fucking convinced. I mean, lots of people are convinced actually. People who hadn't seen the movie because it's just going around shared on Facebook, and people are trying to play off like they took pictures on set for like the season finale or something like that, you know. So I was like, what, I'll fucking send these to the train and see everyone's reaction. And then later tonight when Alan's back, I'm gonna send because like I'm not gonna send them to her and then go to sleep and then come back because she'll probably fucking have had time to be fucking pissed off at me over it, you know. But if I'm like, hey, look at these, baby, and she freaks out, I'm like, no, it's okay, they're fake, because she's seen the movie, but she'll be taken back too. Because for a second there, I was like, well, might as well not fucking watch the show anymore. Because I was like, okay, Glenn's death's been spoiled, you know. Okay, I can go on Facebook. As soon as I open Facebook, the first thing I see is major spoilers and him being strung up there with his guts hanging out, and I almost like fucking threw my iPad. Like, for fuck's sake, god fucking damn it! You know? Like, I was like, this is some bad luck, dude. I was like, fucking not even gonna watch the show anymore. Not even gonna fucking watch the show anymore.
Yeah, I'm
But
probably not gonna watch the
after
show now
closer
that
and
Glenn and Daryl are
oh, dude,
dead.
I don't even give a shit about the show anymore either. I just want to see the big reveal, and I'm probably gonna
Same.
watch him get his brains caved in, and then fucking, I'll probably watch it if Alan wants to watch it, because uh, I'll, yeah, she doesn't have Sky, especially since she's not living at home anymore. She's renting a place from an old couple. So I sit in front of the TV with my iPad up, ghetto style. It does the job, you know.
Yeah.
Um, Probably watch them with her, but I watched the trailer and like I seen like everything looked like same shit Walking Dead, like but there's a tiger now.
It's pretty much the same shit. Walking Dead's always gonna be the same shit, and that's what's
Yeah,
fucking driving me away from it.
I I was like really like fucking like hooked like the first few seasons, so I started seeing the pattern of like, hey, let's go to a place. Oh, it's so nice here, and then it gets fucked up, and the group separates. Woo 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 woo. Okay, group gets back together. Oh, we found a place. It's so nice here. We can live here. Some bad shit happens. Group separates. Woo 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 woo.
Yeah, that
Group
shit
comes back
irritates the
together.
fuck
Oh,
out
this
of
place is
me.
so nice. Look, we can live here. Bad shit happens. Glenn's head's been smashed in. You know?
I can't wait till they separate again. That's a fucking if they killed Daryl, they killed Glenn, which was if they kill both Daryl and Glenn, I have no reason to watch the show because they're like the only two interesting characters anymore. So now if they kill Daryl and if they do a separation season again, I'm just fucking done. I have no more fucks to care about that show.
Yeah.
It's too
Um.
dramatic. It's too fucking overplayed, and Just not
I
good.
remember like the criticisms early on, like the first wave of criticism for like Walking Dead, for the first few seasons was like people argue and talk and sometimes zombies show up.
That I mean, yeah, but I missed that shit because at least it gave way to like shit tons of character development. Now it's just
Yeah.
dramatic line, dramatic retort, dramatic fucking
Carol's like, I'm a
gunfight.
badass. I can't be around other people. I'm a killer. Uh, the world is not the way it once was. I'll never be the same again. Like, shut the fuck up, Carol. Have a Snickers.
Have a fucking Snickers. Bake some cookies, you fucking kook. Kooky bitch.
Do you guys get that advert over there, the Snickers advert, where like basically there's like an old woman being an asshole and shit like that, and their friends are like, here, like, Dave, have a Snickers. You become like a right diva when you're hungry. He turns back into a normal dude.
Wait, but why would that? Why would that affect his? Why would that change
Basically,
Dave?
basically what they're saying is like this guy's like a bitch. He's being a grumpy bitch, and they're taking it to an extreme by making him actually like have the form of like a bitchy woman. And then once he's like all better and shit like that, he's like his normal self. He's a normal dude.
But what does that have to do with Snickers?
Well, basically, you could apply that to like anything for like, being generally hungry, because they do just say, "Oh, you're a bitch when you're hungry," you know. It's just that that's just the marketing they chose, dude. They're like, "Here, eat this thing. You'll like it. It'll fucking make you feel less pissed off, I guess, if you're hungry."
But I don't understand, Chris. What?
Well, I
I'm just fucking with you. Yeah,
guess
we get those
I know,
too.
but like I was just saying it's sort of like a meme thing now for
Yeah,
people to
yeah.
say whenever someone's acting like a bitch, like, "Here, have a Snickers."
Find it in the woods.
Yeah.
Found a
I fucking
Snickers in the
heard you say that
woods.
on one of the videos the other day, and I was like, yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
Ellen's fucking going insane, trying to figure out what it means. I
Is
just keep
she?
saying it to her. She's like, yeah, she's like, what does it mean, Chris? Please tell me, what does it mean? And I'm like, well, you can find the answer in the woods, my dear. She's like, Chris, that's not fair. Why?
uh, what's it mean? I don't know. Find it in the woods. Fuck. It's such a
Good
good
shit.
saying. I love it. Oh, was
Yeah,
thank you to a big thank you to Chanel West Coast video, right?
maybe.
Yeah, because our Chanel West Coast video got copyright flagged. So
I couldn't tell if your video was like sort of some sarcastic, satirical thing, like sucking her dick, like she actually had a part in it. Like, thank you
it's
so much, you gracious person, letting us keep our video.
it's sort of like tongue in cheek. I know it comes off as like sarcastic and fucking stupid, but it's more like I'm pretending that Chanel West Coast actually gives a fuck about the content. You know that it's like that's why it's funny. It's
These
because of
videos are
course
endou-
Chanel.
These videos are endorsed by Chanel West Coast.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I don't know how much I want to give away because I have been recording. Um, Also, I
Boo.
don't have to use this if you don't want me to, because the testicle thing.
Oh, dude, I don't care. It's if anything, it makes it seem more real nigga shit.
Yeah,
Like, wow, that guy has fucked up testicles. Nah, it's the real reason is fucking nobody's gonna watch it.
it's I mean, we're quite the pair. You got fucked up testicles. I got a fucked up dick. You know, it's all full circle.
I don't want to swap. I'll keep my summer
I
testicles.
would love to swap. Um, actually, I have pretty righteous balls, so